Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. What a freaking good day to be a Palantir investor. This is going to be not one of those videos that, goes through all the numbers that everybody goes through. So I'm sure you already know that Palantir has done a triple beat. This video is more about something that I haven't seen yet mentioned by other content creators, and that is that it's not just that we beat this quarter, but the growth at Palantir is significantly speeding up. And I believe we are going to be back over 30+% growth. And this wasn't explicitly said in the conference call, but there is hints all over the place. And I think that this is really important because I want you to not think about taking profit, but I want you to think about how much money you're going to make if you are going to keep holding on to this stock and you let it ride into the future as a long-term investor. Of course, this is just my opinion, not investment advice. I'm just showing you the research that I'm doing and the conclusions that I draw from this. So please make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. And so first clue number one is I was on the live stream with Amit, Arnie, and Finance X Adam. And we were guessing about what the net dollar retention of Palantir was going to be. And because they beat on earnings 107 or 17% instead of 16%, we were guessing that the net dollar retention must re-accelerate, right? And first, when we found how much the net dollar retention was, it was a huge red flag because it actually dropped. So net dollar retention has been dropping every quarter since I've been following this company. We started from 125% and now we're down to 107%. And then it hit me like a ton of bricks that the only way that it's possible that the revenue was up while net dollar retention was down is that all the difference of income, because there is a huge difference there, it came from new customers. And historically, Palantir has had a huge problem with that. When they needed to go out to customers, they were running these pilots for free, and then they had a very long drawn out negotiation process, and then maybe a year from now you started to see these contracts show up in the top line of the business, right? And we know that with this AIP and the AIP bootcamp, they have significantly changed their go-to-market strategy. We know that they don't have a pricing model. And we as Palantir creators were guessing, okay, but what's the financial implications of this? Is it that we're going to see a huge number of new customers that are not paying? So we're going to see the customers ballooning from 400 to 1,500, but the revenue is going to just slowly go up, or we didn't know what to expect. And now we are getting the first clues that basically what's happening is that the sales cycle, instead of being 1 to 2 years, it's shortened down to 3 months, and they are getting a lot of new customers, but not so a lot more, meaning like 20-30% more customers. But those customers are much faster to close, and they're already showing up on the income line. And they are specifically saying this also here, that this 107% is because of headwinds in Europe, and the net dollar retention does not include new customers that they acquired in the last 12 months, because obviously to see how much you increase the next year, you have to have a last year. So it's pretty logical. And so this was the first clue. And then there is things that they have said on the earnings call, and I'm going to play them for you, and I'm going to comment for you on it. But this is super good news if you're a long-term Palantir investor. So this is exhibit number one.
Our U.S. commercial business accelerated last quarter, growing 33% year over year. Excluding strategic commercial contracts, it grew 52% year over year and 19% sequentially. And 3/4 of our quarter-over-quarter growth is from customers that started with us in 2023.
So this was the first one. This was the second time that I watched the conference call, and I didn't catch it the first time, but I don't know if you caught it. You can replay it. He said 3/4 of the growth that came from US commercial is customers that have started in 2023. If you're not mind blown by this, I don't know what would blow your mind. That is nuts. That is fantastic. That is the most significant change in Palantir's business model ever. And it's showing that anything and everything that we have been complaining about, they have changed and addressed to 100%, and now we're ready to rock it up. So there is more hints, more good hints.
Our U.S. commercial customer count rose 12% quarter over quarter and is now tenfold what it was just 3 years ago.
Crazy.
Deal count for our U.S. commercial business is 2.4x what it was in Q3 of last year, and U.S. commercial TCV closed at $252 million, up 55% year over year on a dollar-weighted duration basis. We're also seeing the acceleration of larger deals and shorter times to conversion and expansion, including a multi-year deal in excess of $40 million with one of the largest home construction companies in the U.S. that started pilot and converted all within Q3. This
already, again, nuts. So they got a $40 million contract with the pilot and everything, and closing started in Q3. Super nuts.
is in part due to AIP's continued transformation of the way we partner with and deliver value for our customers, and we expect AIP's impact to continue to intensify. The rapid expansion of AIP at both our existing and new customers and the impact it is having on their operations is nothing short of remarkable. In the last quarter, we reoriented our go-to-market approach around AIP bootcamps, which has allowed us to deliver real workflows on actual customer data in 5 days or less, versus our traditional pilots, which generally take 1 to 3 months. We're seeing different stakeholders at the table, including tangible engagement from IT, a quicker time to value for customers, a wider range of organizations partnering with us, and the ability to have multi-organization bootcamps. Early indications point to vast improvements on our unit economics, from initial contact to customer conversion, all while accelerating new customer negotiations. Bootcamps are also driving contract expansions. We're on track to conduct bootcamps for more than 140 organizations by the end of November. Nearly half of those are taking place this month alone, which is more than the number of U.S. commercial pilots we conducted all of last year.
Okay, again, this was just one of those things that they just said, and it's easy to miss if you're like not 100% paying attention. So this is freaking nuts. So this month in November, they are going to conduct 70 boot camps. I think that's like 70 new customers at their boot camps, and maybe they have like 6 or 7 boot camps. But this is more than everything they have done last year. So that means that they have a funnel, and the top line of the funnel is having 10x, 12x the number of people coming into the funnel on a line that is better than the line that was before, where the closes are faster, and that just leads to exponential expansion. And if you can't see it, then I don't know what you're doing here. Then you're not an investor. This is crazy good news.
In these boot camps, our customers attack problems that have immediate impact and learn how to deploy AI into their unique operating environment in a matter of days. Our customers' results speak for themselves.
Exactly. So this was this clip. So this was one of the hints that we are going to over 30% growth. And I give you the next one. So a super cute analyst from Bank of America, I believe, asked Carp a question. She's a long-term believer in Palantir, has always had, while everyone was having a $5 price target, she was having an $18 price target. So this is someone who really gets the story of Palantir. Let's see if she raises her price target, but she asked a question, how does AI, I will let you listen to her question and then I give my comments.
Under a more bureaucratic, usually more bureaucratic environment. And the other one is AIP. You have discussed already how it changed our industry for customers to be able to adopt data analytics and data infrastructure. But I'm interested to understand beyond boot camps, what else is changing internally, how you face customers, how you do things with AIP, and how that is impacting your margins, because they look like 30% operating margins now versus the 25 that you were printing before.
So this is also something that is, again, a telltale sign that she also mentioned. So they also beat on their margins. And so they had a very nice revenue growth while their costs stayed the same. So that means that they have had some significant operating leverage in the company. And we were guessing that this is from, maybe them using AIP themselves, or maybe that this is just that the AIP sales line is that much more efficient, and it seems to be the case, exactly. And yeah, let's continue.
Maybe to start with the second one here with AIP, I think you should really think that, the boot camp is more than just what's happening in the boot camp, because you're exiting the boot camp with a series of use cases that are production ready or near production ready that you can go forward with. You're exiting the boot camp with, as the customer, and usually IT, with enough hands-on experience with the product that you can actually keep going and compounding it going forward. So there's this exit velocity that's fundamental to it, where it's not just the go-to-market motion. It actually now becomes the implementation motion. It becomes the way in which you engage with partners, because now partners can run their boot camps. Partners can drive use case growth for themselves around what came out of the boot camp and the exit velocity around that. I think it's quite profound in why you're seeing both our emphasis of it and the impact that it's having on both the financials and the operating reality of the business.
Yeah, as we mentioned on the last earnings calls, we were focused on usage and value of AIP, and we're seeing that. By the end of November, 140 organizations will have delivered boot camps to, and we're seeing that and then the conversions that flow from that as well.
And to put that in number of perspective, I think roughly 70 of those boot camps will happen this month in November, which is more than the number of commercial pilots we did all of last year. So the velocity and
we're
scale
just starting. So we're ramping up to doing them. Yeah.
And then I guess on the margin side, what you're seeing is we are investing, pretty significantly. R&D is up sequentially 11%.
But I think the thing that is confusing
is really important.
Our go-to-motion now in U.S. comm is so efficient. So you could basically look at it as 10x more efficient, and we are ramping it up. But this is the most efficient way for us to go to market. So it's it's not constrained by dollars. It's constrained by, do we have people that actually know the product? Have we trained them? There's not a way in which we can efficiently, because if you're growing a business 52%, the obvious thing is you should be dumping money on it like a bonfire, especially if it's the only market that actually really matters in the world. And by the way, if you're recalibrating the standard. One of the things we did with PG, we did with...
Okay, then he goes on a tangent from here. But what's really important, he himself says, it's 10x as efficient as it was before. And normally when you are a startup and you find a way how to expand your company, you throw money on it like on a bonfire, But he says that they don't have, money is not the problem for them. The problem is that they are using up all the organization's personnel and they need to train new people. So this is so efficient that it's generating so much more cash that it's not really showing on the costs. And the real bottleneck is them training personnel to be able to conduct these boot camps. So that means that they're going to train people and it's not going to drain the money of the company. So in future quarters, they're going to have more and more people being able to do boot camps to more and more companies who are easier and easier to close, and the revenue numbers are going to show up. And I am confident that we're going to over 30+% growth in company, and it's fantastic. And I just want to say I'm so proud of the Palantir community. This is a huge win for all the retail investors. I remember the stock when it was at $6 and we were getting so much hate and Wall Street was hating on this, and it was the YouTube creators that kept reminding us about how good this company was, kept coming with new angles, new research, digging through all this stuff. And in the end, we were right. We actually beat Wall Street on this stock. And a lot of people have had, I believe, already life-changing wins from where Palantir is today. And if we hold on, it's going to be really a lot of people who have life-changing gains from Palantir. So it's very exciting. I'm very proud of the community. I'm super thankful that I can be in this community and excited to see what's going to happen with this company. So let me know what you think. Please make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.